Good morning, Grand Rising, everybody. Hey, Dolores. Hello there. How are you? Lolita. Hello. Hey, Robin. Hello, hello, hello. Teresa. Hello there. How are you? How are you? How are you? I hope everybody's having a great Thursday. I know today's Thursday for sure. Okay. um, I hope that you guys' day is starting off right. Mine's is starting off okay. I don't know why I still feel a little bit sleepy. I've been yawning nonstop, and I do not know why, guys. I guess I went to bed at like 10, so I should not be still sleepy. I went to bed later and had way more energy than I have right now. Good morning. I'm listening. Hey, Teresa. Thank you for tuning in. I definitely appreciate it. Alrighty, guys, listen. So at first, we were just going to go ahead and cover the story of the man who killed three generations of people. Okay. Hey, Casper, how are you? But there was another story that has just broken. Okay. Um, you are a hard worker. I am. I am. I work so hard. There's another story that just now broke in Detroit of a woman who buried her son. And it's literally in the same county, same, almost the same area, the same prosecutors is working it, and same investigators as Naziah's case. Okay. I don't know what's going on over there in Detroit, but it's something going on. Okay. So we're gonna get into that one briefly, especially hey Nail Star. They go to winner, y'all, for January. Hey Nail Star, you made a live show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, we're going to get into that today so that we can get ahead of it, because it looks like that this lady has killed her son and buried him and attempted to flee. So we don't know what this child had endured for this entire time, and it may be more stuff that's going to come up after all of this, things get the going with it. So we're going to get ahead of the game on that today as well. Okay. So this man, Armando, he actually killed his girlfriend and some of her family members. And what's crazy is that I went over to his Facebook page, which is kind of weird. Okay, I went over to his Facebook page, and there's really nobody following the page, and it's just her up and down the page of him professing his love for his girlfriend. Okay, and it looks like it's not even his original page in the first place. And it makes me wonder, did he create that page to kind of like get her attention, or what it was? But it started to look more so like an infatuation. But we're going to get into the details of that now. Okay. So on February the 2nd, a tragic incident had occurred in Plate County, Missouri, where Armando Navarro, okay, he's 50. He allegedly shot and killed three women: Jody Hopkins, Sherry Duncan, and Haley Hopkins. So, along with the family dog. So, Navarro was later apprehended in Abilene, Kansas, after fleeing the scene in a vehicle belonging to one of the victims. So, the case has shocked the community and it is being prosecuted with the full weight of the Missouri law. So the surviving victim, a member of the household, reported that her mother, Jody, and Navarro had been arguing before the shooting. So Jody had repeatedly asked Navarro to leave the residence, but he refused, citing that he doesn't have anywhere to go. So the family had sat around the kitchen table while Navarro had continued pleading to stay. So Navarro had begun moving back and forth between his room and the kitchen, leaving them to believe that he was packing his belongings. So instead, he emerged from his room with a gun and started shooting at the victims, hitting Jody in the upper arm. So after exhausting his ammunition, Navarro had grabbed a kitchen knife, but the attack had escalated further when he retrieved a larger firearm. So Navarro had fatally shot Jody in the face. The grandmother was also found lying motionless on the floor. So the victim's sister had urged her to escape. As she fled, Navarro had fired at her as well. He hit a nearby residence while no, she hit a nearby residence while Navarro had fled in a white 2020 Ford Expedition. Okay, she hid at the residence when she fled. So Navarro was located in Abilene, Kansas, in a stolen vehicle, claiming that he was waiting for a tow truck. So authorities had found a revolver with 5 spent shell casings in his possession at approximately 2 a.m. Navarro had called his son admitting to the murders. prompting his son to alert the police. So he has now been charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, first-degree assault, 4 counts of armed criminal action, and animal abuse. So he has been indicted on all of those charges, and the minimum sentence is life without the possibility of parole. So the motive in the case is Navarro's refusal to leave in a heated argument with Jody Smollett did suggest that it was premeditation, meaning while he was going in and out of the room, he had time to be able to process that this is not something he wanted to do, and he decided to do it anyway. So the sole surviving victim had detailed the accounts to be, and she also is a crucial witness within the case. So the firearm is the only evidence they have so far in the vehicle in which he took from the family's home. Yes, the family dog. For the family dog. So this looks like that this woman, hey King's Kid, it looks like that this woman was in a relationship with this man, but it doesn't seem like that they were together for long at all. Okay, it doesn't. When I look down his page, it's only like a couple of months of posts that is just her. He hasn't posted anything else on this one page, and it looks like that the page is really fairly new. Okay, as if he made the page to prove his love for her, because that's what's up and down the page. I'm waiting to find out the background of this story in regards to how long they've been together, especially what this argument was about, besides the fact that they wanted him to leave. There had to be a reason behind them wanting him to leave. Don't know if it was his actions, not sure what it was, but they definitely wanted him out. So now 3 generations are gone due to this man's actions, and he was just a boyfriend to of one of the women. Can people please just walk away? They don't know how to. They don't know how to. And this is why I tell women that when you are dealing with a person that has nowhere to go, they don't have a job, they don't have nothing. If you try to leave this person, they're liable to do something like this. So hey Donisha. So I always recommend that when you are dating and you are in a dating pool, that you date some people that has stuff to lose. Because those that don't have anything to lose, when you offer them things in which they don't have of their own, they can snap at any time if you try to leave, because they don't have nowhere to go, they don't have no money, no job, nothing. And you're taking the one thing that they do have, which is a place to stay with you. Pay the real books. So you have to be really mindful about dating people when it comes to those things. It may seem small. Those things may seem small, but to a person that does not have it, it's huge. When a person doesn't have those things, doesn't have a place to stay, nowhere to go, they're liable to snap for the most stupidest of reasons. But I wonder. So I did see some reports to say that it was possibly about some money. I don't know if it was money that he wanted her to have, or money that, the money that she wanted from him, or vice versa. I don't know what it was really about. But this just kicked off about 2 days ago. This case here. So it's really fresh and new. But they're definitely looking to hand the book at this man due to what he has done. But the background of the story, why snap, just leave. People, when you're mental, listen, people are mental right now, okay? Mental illness is at an all-time high. Right now, as we speak, it's a random woman that has picked up manic and went to Pakistan, okay? And she's over there begging people, demanding thousands of dollars from Pakistanians, okay? We are living in a day where we can wake up to see the most bizarre of things. When I seen that woman do that, guys, have you guys ran past that woman yet on your algorithm? The woman that is mental, her son has come forward to say that she is mentally ill. She has picked up and has went to Pakistan, and she's over there acting like she's some type of politician or humanitarian. She allowed me to really accept the fact that when you wake up in the morning, you don't know what you're going to see. You read that. Yes. That woman lets you see that mental health is, do you know how manic one must be to do that? Okay. So if she'd walk off and go to Pakistan randomly as being a New Yorker, Someone snapping because they don't have nowhere to go is literally normal in 2024. She thinks she's the prime minister or something. She does. But I don't know why I like this woman. I do like her though. Like, I don't know why I like her. I don't know if it's because her demands are just so bizarre. Like, like I don't know if it's because her demands of $100,000 is so bizarre and just it's just weird. And I think it's because also I am surprised at the Pakistani's response to her being an American, not only being an American but being black. So I find myself actually liking the fact that she's over there demanding $100,000 and telling everybody, "Hey, have a good night." After she says that, I think that's what it is. But I think also because I am so accustomed to crazy right now, gas stations are wackier than normal. Everything is wacky. Everything. So someone snapping is like, okay, it's a normal day here in America, because things have went to an all-time level when it comes to mental illness. As I told y'all before, mental illness is not taken as seriously as it should be. Medical professionals are overwhelmed when it comes to mental illness because there's so many patients. Some states, okay, have mental health programs that are flooded with people that are not being properly monitored. So we're going to see some of the most bizarre things. And then you have some people who know they're supposed to be on medications but are refusing to take it. They're refusing to accept the fact that they need to take medication. And then on the other side of that, you have people who know they're mentally ill, but they walk around as if they're not. Those people are the ones that truly scare me. I would be more afraid of a person that I know is crazy than the ones that looks normal and I can't and they don't and they act like that they're not crazy. Like the ones that let me know I know that you're okay because and I know you guys heard me say this before. Like I know that you're okay because you have accepted the fact that you have struggles on the day to day. Okay. It also means that you have taken the steps to better yourself and be aware of your actions. You know what I mean? But then you have those that walk around here if they're normal and then wake up one day and then they spaz out and they snap. And the entire time they have been dealing with the form of mental illness and they've been walking through the world as if they don't. We're dealing with that as well. And it's because society has made it to where you must meet a certain standard to be considered normal. So you have a lot of people walking around here with masks on their faces and wearing costumes as a normal person until you wake up and then they take out 3 generations of people. Because when he dated this woman, 9 times out of 10, she probably would have never thought. He probably never, because when I went to see her, she was a very, very, nice looking lady. She looks, well put together and things of that nature. But it makes me also wonder, why do people, I don't get it. I just don't understand. That's why we have to pay attention when we're out and about. We do. But with the new era of the world, people don't even do that. They don't. People walk around with their face in the cell phone. Okay. It could be a whole crime about to happen and they wouldn't even notice it because their face is to the phone. So many people are not even aware of their surroundings and are aware of who is around them. They're not paying attention to what's moving in and moving out. The actions that people are doing because people are walking around literally in their own world. Like we're in a world together, but many people are walking around in their own existence as if no one else is living in this world but them. And that is also an issue as well. A lot of undiagnosed people walking up, man, undiagnosed, not only undiagnosed, but refusing to accept the fact that you need help. Like you will have a person look you right dead in the face, okay? And in this era that we're living in, a person will look you right dead in the face and make an excuse for their actions when you can vividly see that there is a problem, okay? They will look you smacked and they will literally give you a reason on why what they're doing is making sense. And they will believe it 10 times and say the same statement 10 times and give you different excuses of why they are doing it to make it make sense to them, leading to no change at all. That's another thing that's getting a little bit strange too, is that people are really, like I've been saying, I've been finding myself lately saying, this level of delusion is not safe, because the delusion that is walking through 2025 is insane. Okay, it's insane. A lady walked right into me yesterday because her face was in that phone. She didn't even apologize. Yeah, people are literally walking around as if it's just them on Earth. On Earth, guys, like that's what they're doing. Alrighty, let's get into our next story, because this woman right here is going to actually make me mad, because I'm truly trying to understand what's going on in Detroit. Detroit, I don't know. I'm really starting to wonder, like, what do y'all have going on? Okay. So this has emerged out of Detroit, where authorities had discovered the body of a 9-year-old Zamir King, who was buried in his mother's backyard. So the mother's name is Brandy Pierce. She's 41, and she's accused of killing her son, binding his hands and feet, and burying him before fleeing to Georgia with her 3-year-old son. With her 3-year-old child. So the Wayne County prosecutor, Kim Worthy, actually, Kim Worthy is the same prosecutor that is working on the Zaya Harris case as well. Okay. Has announced multiple charges against Pierce, including first-degree premeditated murder, first-degree felony murder, first-degree child abuse, tampering with evidence, and concealing or interfering in a death. So on January the 6th of 2024, a landlord preparing a rental property for a new tenant in Northwest Detroit had discovered a grave with a child's foot that was protruding from the dirt. So authorities did determine that the remains belonged to Zamir King, who was believed to have been killed in October. Listen to this, guys. October of 2023. How? So you mean to tell me schools? How old is this baby? How old did they say? 9 years old. Schools, educational systems. So you guys never questioned where he was? No teachers have ever questioned why this child did not return to school? What is going? Detroit takes another L. 2020, we are in 2025, Detroit. We are in 2025. How does a child drop off the earth, and when he's found, he's in a makeshift grave made by his mother? Okay? And you guys mean to tell me that nobody thought to call the mother, call CPS, call someone to let them know that this child has not been seen or heard of? Family members, cousins, aunties, grandmas, daddies, you guys never questioned, where's this child? What the heck is going on in Detroit? So, so the Wayne County medical examiners have ruled the death to be a homicide caused by smothering and compression of the neck. So, after allegedly committing the murder, Pierce and her 3-year-old child relocated to Cobb County, Georgia in November. On December the 20th, Brookhaven, Georgia, police had investigated Pierce in an unrelated case involving her surviving child. During this investigation, Detroit police were then contacted. Pierce was found to be homeless, and court records also indicate that she is facing charges of first-degree cruelty to children in Georgia as well. Possibly because she was down there abusing the surviving kid. He was going to be next. On January the 10th of 2024, Pierce was arrested in Georgia in connection with her son's murder. So, the first degree murder charge, which can give her a mandatory life sentence without parole upon conviction. So the first degree felony murder, which carries a life sentence, and the first degree child abuse, which is severe felony charge. Okay. So the tampering with evidence is an additional charge, and that could be compounded on top of her sentence. So the Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy had emphasized the tragic and horrific nature of the case, notating that each time she believes that she has seen worse crimes, new shocking cases emerge. Which I understand her. Shoot, imagine having to go from Nazia's case to this one. Because Kim Worthy is the one that investigated hers as well. Georgia too. It looks like that she went down there and was going to be, and she was caught a child abuse charge. And I'm gonna tell you what possibly happened. So she caught the charge down there she caught the child abuse charge down there in Georgia. The CPS talked to the kid, and I guarantee you, this child told them about their brother. Either told them about her brother or mentioned a brother. And they possibly asked because, hold on, if this child was 3 in 2020, if the child is 3 now, 1 second. So the 3-year-old child was still a baby. So the Brookhaven, Georgia police investigated peers in an unrelated case involving her surviving child. And during this investigation, Detroit police were contacted. Because this child was a baby though, guys. 2023, you think the baby would have been old enough to be able to remember their sibling? Well, yeah, you'll be surprised at the things that kids, no matter how young they are, you'll be surprised what they can remember at very young ages. Very young like this, because 2023, this baby was truly a little baby. He's only 3 now. So he possibly either mentioned a sibling, if only in their imagination. Yeah, so something was said, either the mention of a sibling or children are that's an understatement. Well, yeah, we have to take that into account though, because a 3-year-old today is not a 3-year-old of yesterday, guys. These kids today at 3-year-old has the mind of a 6 and 7-year-old. So he might have. He either mentioned a sibling, or when she caught the case and they talked to her, she told them she had 2 kids. Something happened. Well, no, because let's look at this timeline right quick, y'all. So on January the 6th, a landlord preparing a rental property for the new tenant. So basically the landlord found it. They ran and see who the remains belonged to. Okay, so here's what possibly happened. Okay, so when the landlord found the foot, guys, okay, and they ran the identity of the remains, they possibly wasn't able to find the mother. But when she got this case, okay, when she got this CPS case, but they would still have to know where she's located. And Georgia police would have to, because Georgia police, I'm trying to figure out how Georgia police contacted Detroit. Something happened. They're computer savvy. Something happened down in Georgia. Either someone said something, the child said something, and they were able to connect the dots due to the landlord finding the remains of the child, but not being able to find the parent. So they were able to connect the dots that way. But something happened in Georgia. Either she was trying to kill the other kid and was abusing that child, and something came out of it because she did get abuse charges down there. And this child possibly said something. I'm thinking this baby said something. We may be thinking this baby is younger, but let me tell you something about kids. These kids today don't miss nothing. These kids today know more than what you think. These kids today they have a very vivid vision today. After discovering who the child was, they probably went through records seeing who the parent was. Yes. So the Georgia police, but the Georgia police contacted Detroit. Detroit didn't contact Georgia. So that's what I mean by something happened in Georgia that made them contact Detroit. Detroit had already found the remains. They found the remains, and when they contacted Detroit, they were able to, connect the dots that way. But I think that kid said something. Now I'm thinking, so remember you guys, they were saying that there were some remains that was found in the back of a home and a foot was hanging out of it. I'm thinking that's who remains it was, because remember at first people thought that it was a Naziah. I'm wondering if these was the remains. And remember, people were saying they have not told nobody who those remains belong to as of yet. I'm wondering if these are the remains that they discovered behind the home, or this is something totally different. Because remember, a few weeks ago, they said they found some child remains behind a home because the remains was sticking out of the ground. And we were wondering who found the remains. So I'm wondering if this the same remains or not of the child that they had found a couple weeks ago. It's pretty likely that it is, because people were definitely wondering, because they went blank on who the kids, who the kid was and who the kid belonged to and things of that nature. They haven't said anything. And then here goes this. But the fact that she was able to pick up and leave after her child has been dead since 2023. She's been down there in Georgia making a life as if she didn't kill her kid. When I tell you that Detroit CPS, Detroit education, what type of professionals are in these places? Do these places, I really need to look into what are the credentials that are needed to be into CPS, guys? Is it social work? I know it's social work, but do they not take any type of investigative courses of type of questions they need to ask or anything? Because I feel like that's something that is missing within social work. I feel like that social workers ask very surface level investigative questions. And that is why they don't have investigative, they don't have it, experience. So they're not really being able to dig deeper into situations to find the problems, or either to find things that could create a problem. They done bodies like it ain't nothing. But what's up with these parents killing their kids though? CPS, it's been 2 years. I don't know who to blame worse, the school or CPS. CPS is definitely the blame, but this is a 9-year-old kid that should have been in school. The first people that should have identified this problem should be the school, especially if she didn't have any prior cases. Then if she had prior cases, CPS is the blame. But if she hasn't had any prior cases, the school definitely is responsible. Hey, Celtic. I'm learning that possession from entities is more common than we think. I see lots of evidence of that mental illness, definitely addictions and narcissism. Are people possessed? Yeah, they are. Yeah. Mental illness let me tell you something. There's a thin line between mental illness and psycho, okay? Psychotic, okay? Some of these crimes that are being committed are people that are in a psychosis, guys. And if you don't know what a psychosis is, these are the people that when we look at their images, it's like a blank stare. Like it's like a really blank stare, y'all. The binary B probably know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like a real blank psychosis stare, and they're able to make decisions and they don't know what they're doing, guys. They're completely out of it. They're not aware of nothing they're doing, where they're going, who they're talking to, the day and time. They don't understand nothing. The 7 yard stare. That's what they call it in medical. Yes, it's like, and when I look at these pictures of these people, that's the first thing I'm looking for is that trance look, because it's like it's very it's very telling, and it's something that they cannot hide. So you know how I said earlier that some people are able to hide it? No. With this psychosis thing, you cannot hide it. It's going to automatically just come through your face, and you're going to look exactly what you're going through. It's a trance. And it's because, so in my brain, I think the way that the reason why they look like that is because their thoughts are in 10,000 different places at one time. Like 10,000, from the voices to the thoughts to the actions to the, and it's all in one time. And their brain is trying to process it all, and it makes them stare. Because you know how so I think about it like this. When you're in a deep thought of something, you'll find yourself staring because you're so deep into that thought. That's what I really think a trance does. But their brain is going like this. That's how I envision a psychosis being. This is frightening. That's what it is, though. That's what it is. It's literally, they're hearing voices. It's the actions. The voices can be telling them stab something. It's all over the place. And so it makes them look like this. It reminds me like that lady that the lady that walked through the grocery store, and a woman had bumped her. A woman had bumped her in the grocery store. Okay. And the woman that was in the trance, she had a really like demonic walk. Her body looked heavy, and it was dragging like like a demon. That's how it looked. And she was walking, and she walked and followed, she turned around, followed the woman in this trance, followed her all the way outside to the parking lot, and stabbed her and her son. Yeah. 1,000 yard stare. I'm gonna know for next time what that thing is, because I definitely be looking at some of these people, and I'm like, yeah, you a little off. I can tell. I can't stare when people stare at me a long time. I'm so uncomfortable. Yeah, because no, but Miss Dolores, this stare is a whole nother different type of stare. It's a stare that I can't know. I don't know how to. It's a whole. It's not a looking at you stare. It's a it's a real demented type of stare. If you've seen it once, when you see it, you will be able to recognize it. Like they're not in touch with reality at all. Like that you can see them, but they're like, when I say they really look out of it. And that's why a lot of the crimes that we're seeing is looking the way that it's looking. And it's because so many people are really walking around in a psychosis, y'all. Where they're alive, we see them. They're walking around, they're talking and all. But their brain is not here. Their brain is somewhere totally different. Totally different. It's not even here. And that's why these crimes are looking the way that they're looking. Honestly. So yeah, I definitely, Celtic, I'm with you on that one. Yeah. What about a woman sleeping with many men? 1,000 partners stare. You know what? Is that real? Is that a real thing? I gotta ask her, because listen, the real books, listen, is that a real book? 2,000? You know what? Y'all don't take nothing serious. um, yeah, y'all, but I've experienced this savage. A woman was psychotic in my old neighborhood, and she used to give me that stare. Yeah, I used to have a man like that. His name was Crazy Billy. He was an old man. You know how the neighborhoods have that folklore of the old, like the person in the neighborhood that is cuckoo. It was him, and his name was Crazy Billy, and he was one crazy person, y'all. And he used to walk around the neighborhood, and he looked just like in that psychotic trance. Crazy. He never did anything to anybody. He would like scream at people and say things to them. Crazy Nancy. See what I'm saying? Yeah, so those neighborhood folklores, his was Crazy Billy. Yeah. Crazy Billy was his name. And he was this older guy. And his house was just so nasty on the outside. So I can only imagine what it looks like on the inside. And when you walk past his house, he would scream at you. And he had all these different animals that was around. He would always be digging stuff into the ground. So we used to think that he was cooking animals and eating them. We didn't know what that man was doing. But yeah, that's what we called him. So yeah, I definitely understand that. I definitely get it. I get it. I really, really do. Alrighty, guys. That's today's show. Okay. Yes, please like this video if you like this video. It's always the crazy man in the neighborhood because it's always either a crazy lady or a crazy man, guys. Every neighborhood has, especially in the inner city, in the inner cities and stuff like that. Like it's always like a crazy person, y'all, that everybody in the neighborhood knows just to stay away from. Most of the shooters that's there. Yes, many of those shooters that's at the mass shooting, many of them, if you look at them, it's a stare. That's true. Yes, yes. Even Machine Gun Kelly has it these days. Alternatively, though that really intense stare is often done by narcissists and controlling people to manipulate you. I really don't think it's that. Not so well, narcissists. I can see that though. Because narcissists have it's a thin line between a serial killer and a narc. Because a lot of serial killers are narcs. It's just that will a narc kill? Yeah, narcs is one step away from being a serial killer. Yeah, so I definitely can see that though. I definitely can. We had a crazy Mary. That's what you guys crazy person was named. See, everybody has one. Crazy Mary. Mine was Crazy Billy. See, everybody has one like that one person that is just out of their mind, y'all. Like they're completely out of it, and everybody knows them to stay away from them. This is why I stay in the house. Okay. I told myself that this year I'm gonna work on like getting outdoors. Guys, I can count on one hand. This is sad. Tell me if this is bad, okay? Y'all can give me y'all thoughts. Is it bad that I've only been outside twice in the winter? Is that a bad thing? Is that really like bad? You can judge me. I've literally, and one was on a doctor's appointment, and the other one was the store. Is that a bad, guys? Like, is that like, is that concerning? Like, is that let me know, yeah, because I've really been thinking about that. I'm like, is it concerning that I find no need to leave my home? Is that like concerning that I do that, y'all? Like I never leave my house. I would like I don't know what it is, but I just get everything I get everything done here. No, because I only go out when I have to go to the doctors. Yeah, like I went out for my doctor's appointment and I go to the store. Now, my husband, he goes out more than me. So if I need something, I just go through him. Like, can you pick up stuff at the store for me? Like I need I really don't leave the home. I'm definitely homebound. Yeah, like I found myself becoming very much homebody, but I did tell myself that I'm going to work on that. Like I'm going to work on getting outdoors because I go out now in the summer. I go out a little bit more. It's just that it's too cold for me. The me in the winter is not locked in. Like we are not friends at all. Yes, I was born in the wintertime, but we are not together. Like me and the winter do not have a good relationship at all. We have no communication. Okay? None at all. None. I'm really sitting here right now with a heater by my legs. Okay, the heater's on in the house, but it doesn't matter. There's not enough heat for me. Okay, me and the winter just don't mix, y'all. in the winter, in the winter, I stay home too. It's cold. You're in Canada? Hey, Canada, I want to go there. I've never been to Canada before, but I heard that they have like a nice nature setting. I do want to go there though, to Canada. I love the cold. I love being outside. See, give me the summer. I'm sitting here right now waiting for summer and spring to kick in. I got a heating blanket. I have one on my bed. Yeah, it has the remote controls, one side for my husband, one side for mine. Yes, I have that. Like it's serious. Y'all gotta understand, I'm up here in the mountains of PA. So it gets a little burr up here. So stepping outside is just not something that I'm interested. You've been to Canada twice? Yeah, I'm not really. I want to go. Niagara Falls. The falls are beautiful in the ice in the snow. In the snow in the ice and snow. Yes, I want to go there. It seemed like that you guys have nice, but only thing is, no, that's not you guys with those. I think that's Australia with those spiders. I think it's either them or Australia that has spiders that's about the size of their hand, guys. But I think that that's Australia that has that. The big old, it's like these spiders, y'all, and they get into their houses. I don't know if y'all have seen those videos, but the spider is as long as as big as their hands, and it gets into their homes and they have to kill it. Yes, that's Australia. See, and it's a huge spider with long legs. I would never go there, but Canada, I definitely want to visit Canada one day. They have a nice animal, and I love animals. I really, really love animals. So I do want to go there to view to go to Canada one time. I'm sitting at my desk wrapped in a heating blanket. I'm so happy I work from home. Right. I don't play. My heater is right here. And then once I'm done here, I'm about to go upstairs and sit under my heating blanket while I do some classwork. So I don't play around at all. Alrighty, guys. Tip: if you're going out to enjoy the snow somewhere, I have heated vest and rechargeable hand warmers. Okay, see, binary B, stay off Amazon. Like binary B. DC, are you? This is giving very much how my granny is. When I go to my granny house, it's like I'm like, you have some of this. Well, no, but I do have this, and it's like a gadget. It's like a gadget. She has a gadget for anything because she's retired. So all she does is sit home and shop on Amazon all day. My job trying to get me to do hybrid. I'm like, nope. I was hired for remote. My mother is going through that because uh, they're making it to government workers are having to go back to work. And so, yeah, she's over there like, what? I've been working from home for a while now. This is not okay. This is not okay at all. A lot of people are really enjoying working from home. They are. But honestly, what I did notice is that a lot of people do say that they get more work done at home than at work. And I think it's because the comfort of it, and there's no, it's not so demanding, and you're not being watched, but you also don't have too many things to distract you at home. But from my understanding, people are more productive working from home than they are working within the office space. So, and that's kind of different, but it says a lot, especially to the modern day. Alrighty, guys, I'm about to get ready to go. I haven't posted Friday's show yet, but it will be posted later on today. Okay, we'll be sure to post later today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna go do some classwork, and thank you for watching today. I appreciate it a lot. Okay, thank you for watching True Crime with Savage.